So what's it like being here?
So far, I've been told I'm old. No.
At the Texas Young Democrats Convention. How's it going, Mario?
It's going good.
Yeah. There you go. How's it going, Josh?
Oh yeah, I'm really proud of the delegation that came. We were present, our voices were heard, we were active, so I'm just proud of being here and being active in the process.
As your chair of the 2019 Texas Young Democrats Convention, I present to you your duly elected board of the Texas Young Democrats for 2019 to 2021.
What do you think of your first convention?
Oh, it was great. Intense.
I had a great time.
She used to take for the fun parts.
What about you, Mario?
It was a very good experience. A lot of learning, man. A lot of learning.
I am proud to introduce Congressman Ilhan Omar, of the U.S. House of Representatives, Minnesota 5. Representative Omar represents Minnesota's 5th Congressional District in the U.S. House of Representatives, which includes Minneapolis and surrounding suburbs. As experienced Quincy's policy analyst, organizer, public speaker, and advocate, Rep. Omar was sworn into office in January 2019, making her the first Somali-American member of Congress and the first woman of color to represent Minnesota, and one of the first to Muslim-American members to Congress. Contrary to the opinions of those who currently hold office at the top of the ticket, we welcome everyone. Y'all means all, Black Lives Matter, and we stand with Ilhan Omar. Rep. Omar also plans to resist attempts to divide us and push destructive policies that chip away at our rights and freedoms, and to build a more inclusive and compassionate culture, one that will allow our economy to flourish and encourage more Americans to participate in our democracy. We welcome Congresswoman Ilhan Omar because she represents what represents a lot of us in this room. We are young, we are diverse. We look a lot like what America looks like, that our Congress doesn't understand what we look like, what our electeds in Texas don't understand what we look like. We are not Republicans or Democrats, but we are real Texans who just want to be able to afford a place to live, food on the table, and an education that doesn't put us into debt for the rest of our lives. And that's why we are very excited to welcome Congressman Omar, who is able to breathe a breath of fresh air into the United States Congress and continue to represent those voices who have never been heard on the national stage before. So with that, I leave you with this final quote by Barbara Jordan. For all of its uncertainty, we cannot flee the future. The future is now, and the future comes with our next guest speaker, Congresswoman Ilhan Omar.
Good morning, young Democrats. How are you all doing? It's Sunday morning. It's a beautiful sight to see. I've spent many Sunday mornings in rooms like this over the years. And so I'm really excited to get the opportunity to come speak with you all. As many of you know, I'm a refugee and immigrant who escaped war, came to the United States in search of hope, in search of a renewal and a chance to live in freedom within our democracy. I fell in love with politics at a very young age, as a teenager, and I've been involved ever since. Spent, like I said, many mornings in rooms just like you are doing today. And years later, a few years ago, my community decided to elect me into our state house. And we ran a very historic race, and to unseat a 44-year incumbent. And the district that I represented in the Minnesota House was one that had nearly 40% of young people. And in that particular district, the reason that the incumbent kept winning was that there was really no participation of young people. For the 20-year history of the elections in that district, we found that maybe 120 at most voted under the age of 24. And so we knew in order for us to win that race, we had to organize young people. And so we were able to just do that. We organized over 1,400 young people under the age of 24 to come out and caucus for us and to ultimately carry us in that primary to help us make history as I got elected as the first Somali legislator in the country. Fast forward 2 years, my community again decided to ask me to serve. And alongside them, again, we ran a historic campaign. And in that campaign, we increased turnout again in young people and ran a very inclusive campaign that sort of united our whole district. We were able to bring a lot of new voices into the Democratic Party. From the time I announced my candidacy in early June to Election Day, we were able to reach more than 330,000 constituents in Minnesota's 5th district. We did that by door knocking, by calling, and engaging in text messaging. And when it came time to vote, we were able to outperform 428 congressional districts in the country. We were able to get the highest single vote casted for someone to go to Congress since our state had party designation. We received more votes than any other new member of Congress in this country. I tell this story not because it's unique to me, but because I want you all to know that you don't need an invitation to get involved. You don't need an invitation to organize your community. You don't need an invitation to know that you have a seat at any leadership position that you want. And by recognizing that and internalizing that, together we can elect bold, progressive Democrats across this country. Together we can fight for criminal justice and policing reform, affordable and accessible education and housing, Medicare for all, environmental justice, racial, economic, and social equality. And I see that change happening here in Texas. This past election cycle, Democrats picked up 12 seats in the Texas House, 2 seats in the Texas Senate, and 2 seats in the US House, and came close in several statewide races. So you can clap for yourself. Because we know this is not a fluke. In the 2016 presidential elections was 7 points closer than the 2012 election. And that change is happening because of you. Young people, women, people of color, the queer community make up a growing share of this state's voting population. And you know they see us as a threat because Republicans are doing everything that they can to restrict the right for people to get involved and the right for people to vote. The Texas legislature has passed voter suppression laws, such as strict voter ID requirements that are specifically aimed at making it harder to mobilize people of color in this country, in this state. And but none of these things matter. It doesn't matter how many laws that they pass to restrict our basic rights to participate in our democracy. We know that by having a conversation with our friends, by mobilizing our families, by awakening people to the reality of the policies that are being passed to restrict our abilities to get involved and seize the opportunity to create change, we are able to turn the tide. We are going to defeat all of these voter suppression laws. We are going to defeat the people who are against seeing a flourishing democracy.
Yes.
We are going to defeat the xenophobics, the homophobics,
Yes.
the racists,
Yes.
the people who don't see a very inclusive. I tell people that our democracy is messy. It's on shaky grounds at the moment. But I know that all of us are going to do the work of picking up a broom and cleaning it up.
Yes.
So I am ready to get to work. Are you all ready to get to work? Because you know that you are not the leaders of the future. You are the leaders of today. And our democracy is waiting for you to clean it up. So thank you so much for having me, and let's get started.